Hello, my people. I am going live today so much, I guess, later than I usually do because I am in the States. Oh, God. I'm in the States. I'm on the East Coast and in Atlanta figuring out stuff, and you've caught me here. I just went outside. It's pouring rain. And I'm putting together another piece of furniture. I was put together my first bed, putting together another piece of furniture. We are, hey Stella, good to see you. Anyway, we are in Atlanta at the lake house. I think if you've been on my lives before, you knew that we were getting this place all set up and ready to Airbnb. It's like a 6-bedroom lake house, and it's had a renter in it, and now we are putting this sucker up. When my mom was here, she was preparing to sell this home. We took it off the market just before she came to visit. Like, if you go to her Facebook, she still has it as like her profile, not profile, but like her backdrop picture, I guess. She's just the best. Anyway, we're here. We're furnishing this sucker. She did a fresh new paint on it. Love you, Mom. And now we're fixing everything up, putting in furniture. I am building a bed. I will show you all a little bit later what it looks like. Yeah, I haven't gone live for a few days. It's been a little bit, it's been good. It's been up and it's been down. It's been good. My friends have come through, which I was not expecting, and I'm so grateful for. So it's been good to be around my day ones, because, you know, usually we're really far away. So it's been really nice to hug them, and we are on Speedy Gonzalez time right now, trying to get this, all the electric work done, plumbing, cleanup, landscaping, like literally everything done, so that by the time we fly out of here, renters can pop in and be ready to go. We got all the outdoor furniture, like patio furniture for the deck that overlooks the lake. It's like so cute. But yeah, I'm on bed put together duty. But anyway, while I'm over here screwing this bed together, I figured I would, I'm gonna keep the name anonymous, but I'm gonna like do a little story time of a gal who had reached out to try to get advice, career advice, and I figured talking through what she was looking for would probably be helpful to more people than just her. And I was unfortunately like not in a situation where I could schedule time with her live, so I sent the thing in the email, and I was like, you know what, I should do a little like live voiceover, put together a video so it's digital for more than just helping that one person. So again, I'm gonna keep names anonymous, people anonymous, but I'll tell you the story of like what happened, and you know, let's chat. No problem, Stella. Chat with you soon. We should, I don't know if you ever make it out to Dubai, but come through, girl. And when I come to Chicago, I'm coming to find you and Brittany. Anyway, so, and by the way, sorry if you're going to get like my armpit and my hair that's now all wet, but I'm going to give you the skinny of the story. So basically, this, like, now I'm like, I wonder if I should show you what the heck I'm doing. So you're like, what is this girl screwing together? I'll show you. By the way, my little journey is also holding my phone together and charging. So I'm like screwing, I've done that side already. I'm screwing this in. I've got all of this going. I'm like really proud of myself. This is the second one I've built, literally all by myself. That's what's happening in the background, so you know, and you're not like, girl, why are you not paying attention? So, homegirl reached out through this other person, and I'm gonna leave the woman's name. Actually, let's call the woman's name Sarah for shits and giggles. I don't know her name actually, but we're gonna call her Sarah. So Sarah reaches out, and she has been working for a big 5 technology company, like incredible company to have on your resume in the first 5 years of your career. Yeah, like one of those where because it's on your resume, you go anywhere and it's like, wow, you work there. And so she is at this company, and she's, you know, newly in career, doing her thing, learning, growing, and then I think in the 3rd year somehow she gets a new manager that is like kind of like questioning what she's doing and not really investing in her, but more so like questioning her worth and stuff. And long story short, she gets on a PIP. I don't know how she got on the PIP, why she was on the PIP, but she's put on PIP. And if you don't know what PIP is, it is Performance Improvement Plan. It's kind of like the last step you're on that managers use to document, to put you on in order to fire you. And when I say fire, I don't mean like fire with severance. I mean like fire because you've done a bad job. Like not like layoff, but fired based on performance, right? Layoff is usually like, hey, we're making cuts in the organization. Whether this person was a high performer or not has nothing to do with them. We're just changing the organization, and their position isn't available anymore. A performance improvement plan, or a PIP, means it's specifically targeted at you. But here's the kicker. With this PIP, they said something to the effect of, you are to, great job, you know, not great job, but like we're putting out this performance improvement plan, you leave the company, there is a severance of a chunk of change, $30,000. Like I was like, wow, especially for earlier in career. But the severance is like $30,000. But in that $30,000, you cannot go and work with an affiliate company for the next, let's call it 2 years. So for 2 years, you are not allowed to go work at any one of the companies, of like the affiliated companies of our company. Yeah. Here's $30,000, go on your merry way. Don't work at any other company that's affiliated with us. So then she reaches out through somebody else and is like, oh my God, go get Esther's advice. What should you do? And my first thought, my little hotel key, which we don't need anymore. My first thought was, well, there's a couple things. Number one, what does affiliated company actually mean? Like, does it mean, we're gonna go over here, by the way. I think you guys can still hear me or see me, but I have headphones on, so hopefully you can still actually hear me. So what does affiliate company actually mean? Does it mean you're at the same, like you're at a company that is one of the many companies that that company has acquired? You know how companies acquire companies but they leave them separate? Like when I used to work at Cisco, a company that they had acquired was like Thousand Eyes, for example. And they left the company wildly separate. Like they had their own branding and all of that separate. Their billing was separate. They like had logos separately. Their chief revenue officer was separate. They kept all of the branding and all of that separate because of the significant value in the market that that brand had, even though they were a Cisco company, right? Not that this person came from Cisco. They did not. So my first question was like, okay, where did you, what does affiliated company mean? Like, what does that actually mean? Because if it is, sure, we'll give you this money, you just can't work at our company or any of the companies that we've ever acquired, fine. There's plenty of other companies to go work with out there. However, if affiliate company means, I need a different one. If affiliate company means I am gonna work with, like affiliate company means not just the company and all of the companies that that company itself has acquired, but it also means any of the like like any of the companies we work with or partner with, that changes the game. That is what, in my opinion, I said it's career limiting. Because basically, like, let's say her company wasn't this company, but let's say the company she was at was Amazon. And Amazon said, you can't work. This is not what Amazon said. So, like, nobody in the comments or nobody, like, cut this up and then tried to, like, say this is me saying this about Amazon. But, like, imagine that it was, oh my God, did I do this wrong? No, I did this right. Hold on. Pause. Yeah. I did it right. Oh, thank God. Okay, good. So imagine it were Amazon, right? Like, if it were Amazon, and they were like, oh, you can't go work for any of our... Babe, are you okay? Okay. You can't go work for any of our partner companies. That becomes a bit, like, limiting, right? Because Amazon has close to 1 million employees, but they're everywhere. Like, Amazon literally is everywhere. They're in TV, they're in retail, they're in technology, they're in transportation, they're in, like, every industry you could potentially ever think of. And their partner network on top of that is, like, pretty profound. Like, I interviewed their worldwide partners leader, and she's also a really good friend of mine. That partner network is vast. So that actually is career limiting and not okay, right? So my first question is, who is in the partner network? Or what? No, sorry, let me restate that. My first question for, let's call her Sarah, would be, who are in the affiliated companies that you would say that I can't go work for, right? Okay, cool. For the next 2 years. Yeah, fine. Okay. Let's say they figure that out and that's not an issue. Okay, then my next question, and don't cancel for me for this, but I'm going to be honest and I'm going to say it. My next question is, what the hell can you learn from the fact that you're put on a PIP? And you guys are going to hate me for this, and no, maybe you're not, but we're going to get real. There's a book that I read called Extreme Ownership, and it's uncomfortable and it sucks, and yes, life sucks and life is unfair and situations are not always perfect. However, you can always figure out how to take ownership for your life and your situation, and you can always learn from every situation and every person, whether you like the person, admire the person or not. There's always an opportunity for learning. And so my second question to her would be, all right, girl, Sarah, my homie, how did you get on this PIP in the first place? Like, what can you learn from getting on this PIP in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you get there? What happened? Were you on the wrong team? Were you not as visible? Were you, was this person that took over that team needing somebody with experience, and you were the only person on that team that was early in career? Was the person who hired you before somebody that was incredibly great at coaching and developing people, and in fact is the reason why they took the job, maybe left, and the new person, that's not their forte. So they've got to build the right team for them, and you're an obstacle for that because you are now highlighting a gap in their, let's say, leadership strength or leadership style. Now, granted, that's not to say that, you know, there are times that people get on PIPs and it is a shitty way that the manager is using to weed people out as opposed to develop people. Completely understand that, and that happens all the time. However, you have already made you've already made it in the fact that you spent 3 years at this great company. And so at this point, you're imminently employable. It's not like you can't ever go work anywhere, even if it is you're going to take a step back and like do the same role at a different company again. You still can. Do you know what I'm saying? But what you will never get back is an opportunity to actually look back and learn, right? So my second question would be, how the hell did you get on the PIP in the first place? Why were you on the PIP? What can you learn from the fact that you got on the PIP, whether it was warranted or not? Yeah? Now, if it wasn't warranted, lots of learnings there. If it was warranted, also lots of learnings there, and self-reflection, right? Okay, cool. I'm so proud of myself. This is done. Okay, so now my question would be, you've understood why you got on the PIP in the first place, and you learned from it. You have figured out what affiliate companies you're not allowed to go work at. Then, after that, my next question would then be, what makes sense to do from here? Now, this third part, I'm incredibly biased, and it's coming from my perspective. Not everybody's made for entrepreneurship. Not everybody is made for just corporate. Not everybody is made to do both corporate and a side hustle at the same time. I've done all three, and that's the perspective I'm speaking from. Now, the third thing I would say is, how can you reframe this? And let me tell you, how I would reframe it, oh, hey, Mike, is not that, oh my God, I'm on a PIP, woe's me, I'm getting like a girl. You are getting $30,000 to leave and exit. You could go get another job tomorrow and still have $30,000 in your pocket, of which you can take that $30,000 and go put it into something that then yields you return. And I don't mean just like, oh, go put it into, invest it in something and get like your measly 2 to 4 to 2 to 5% back. You could go buy a cash flowing business with $30,000. You could take $30,000, have that be a percentage down on an SBA loan, take that and go buy a cash flowing business that you're an absentee owner while you go get your next gig. So again, the reframe is, I forget her name. She's an awesome creator. She is a ex reporter. Her and her husband are reporters, comedians, did a ton on social media, and then she left reporting and like does an awesome podcast. I'm forgetting the name. But anyway, she said something and I reposted her quote, which was, we need to stop looking at our jobs as if it's a mortgage and see it more as a rental or a lease. Literally. Like our careers or our jobs are more like leases. Like you're gonna sign a 1-year lease. When you sign a 1-year lease, you're not like, oh my God, everything has to be absolutely perfect. You know that like if there's something wrong with electrical or the structure of the home or whatever, like it's your problem while you're there, but it's not your problem forever. Like that's really the problem of motherfuckers like me, landlords, who actually own the home. Like it's not your problem. Like your problem really is like, oh God, I'm breaking stuff here. Not your problem, but like your thing at that point is to just like enjoy the home for what you've come to enjoy it for. Low rent, great space. You don't have to worry about stuff because your landlords take care of it as long as you let them know. And you can go on living your life paying a small amount without a large financial risk or responsibility. You gotta start thinking about going and working in corporate, that same thing, right? Like you are a customer of corporate. If they don't have employees, the largest capital expense for most companies is it's their people. How they run their business and how they make their money is their people. So you're technically you gotta think of it that way. Either you're a customer or that company is really your client. Like, you're going in, you're providing your skills for a short period of time in exchange for them to give you learnings, network, monetary compensation as well as non-monetary compensation. And that's it. They're not your coach, they're not your therapist, they're not your life partner, it's not your identity or reason for being. It's not like you're now the company you work for now is like your life and identity and all the things. And I'm preaching to my younger self as much as I'm preaching to this imaginary Sarah gal. But bro, it's okay. You weren't a fit for this team. They wanted somebody that wasn't in the parameters of this performance improvement plan, and now they're giving you $30,000, madam. $30,000 for you to speak kindly about both parties and not sue anybody and go find another job. I'm sorry, I will gladly take that $30,000. Make sure there's nothing crazy going on, and thank you so much for your time and your services. Confirm that the companies I am restricted from working for aren't completely career limiting to where I really can't go work for anybody. But once that's the case, live your life. Take that $30,000 and go get you some additional income. So when it comes to your next thing and you've got to go decide what you do next, you don't have to have a job because you've built up other things of income that can sustain you somehow. That's what I would say to make-believe Sarah. If I were talking to her on the phone and had enough time to be able to talk to her live. Because I'm sure she is a brilliant woman and she wouldn't have gotten the position that she had if she wasn't. However, the generation before us were taught, get that job, be stable, able, and that job becomes your career for your life. That job identifies you for your life. That job or that company or wherever is what defines you for the rest of your life. And quite frankly, we're living at a time where that just is not true. It can't be. Where companies are evolving so fast that they can't even keep people employed in their roles for that long without organizations needing to change and restructure and move people around and another round of layoffs and this new startup company blowing up and they're having to hire tens of thousands of people drop of a dime, or shortages over here in a completely different industry that who knew was going to completely blow up out of nowhere. That's happening right now faster than it's ever happened in history. So I'm sorry, take your $30,000, go invest, do your thing, and we move. That's what I would say to my girl, Sarah. But anyway, you guys, I gotta show you what we've done. We've done some damage here. I'm building a mother effing bed. Who even am I right now? Talk about get stressed out with life and stuff and find other things to pour your brain into, like building out a whole nother business or building a bed. So this is where we are. So yeah, I would be interested to know from your perspective, have you ever been put on a PIP before? I've never been put on a PIP, so I don't want to sit here and say that I know exactly what that's like, but I'll tell you, hearing that scenario and they wanted my advice, that's the advice I would give. To be honest with you, that's the advice I would give. If you missed it, I'll put it in the replay. Anyway, yeah, that's my little rant for today. I've missed so many lives. But let me tell you, this last week has been interesting. Oh, I see you out there, Mike. So Mike, I don't know if you see in the chat, but Mike is like, I've never actually been put on a performance improvement plan, but I've always been forced into management. You know, this is an interesting one. Because I do think I think that often people think folks that are really good individual contributors should aspire to be managers. And look, I think if somebody's been doing the job for a really long time and really well, they're in the best position often to coach others on how to do their job. They've done it, they've seen it. My God, my hands are so red. Allergies out here. They've done it, they've seen it, they've seen a bunch of scenarios too, like of how the job's been needed to be done. And so, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea that they're there to coach them, but management is a whole different job. Management is very different than the job of an individual contributor and being a mentor or a coach to someone as an individual contributor. Like, management, very, very different. It's a completely different job. A completely different job. And I've seen it time and time again where you have people, I'm still building my bed, y'all, so you're coming with me. You have people who have gone into, like, been like stellar, when I say stellar, I mean stellar individual contributors who have, like, they've hit every record, they've done all the things, and management is like, oh my God, you're so good, you should be a manager. And they get into the management position and they fucking bomb, okay? They bomb. Hell, I'll be honest, I certainly did my first year as a manager. When I say bomb, I mean bomb for real. Like, it sucked. And God bless, let me tell you, God bless the team I worked with, because my first year as a manager, and you guys know who you are, I would tag you in this, but, you know, God bless you. You did the Lord's work. It sucked because I, in my mind, thought, oh, I did so well as an individual contributor. I should just be making a bunch of little me's, and I should be coaching my team to just do everything I did. And then if they're not doing what I'm doing, or I did, then there must be something wrong, or I don't know. And it just turned me into like the worst micromanager. Like, what in the world? Totally not great. But the minute that I broke that and really started to learn how to be a better manager, and by doing that, that really meant like learning how to elevate other people's strengths, like figuring out how to see above the individual pieces of work and look at the bigger picture, and then open the team's eyes to that bigger picture, and then bringing all their strengths together to like go and tackle the problem together. That's when I became a bomb-ass manager. That is when I became a bomb-ass manager and blew out all the records and made all the money, and on my team made a shit ton of money. Was that. Where we sucked was when I was trying to make a bunch of little me's, which was not very good. I don't even know where I got that advice. I didn't get that advice, but it just was bad. I think that's not often talked about, right? Where you're supposed to, you know, people see that in you, what it takes to be a really, really good manager. But I don't often hear a lot of investment in coaching managers to continue to be really good managers. And let's call it what it is. When your reflection and your experience at any big company, small company, doesn't matter, it's really the experience you have with your manager. And, you know, companies like that, let me tell you, next to your employees, the next biggest investment you can make is in having really, really good and strong managers. Get that shit wrong. That's your company, honey. That is your company. Anyway, let's see. I'm seeing some stuff in the chat, but I'm too far away. I need to figure out a way to oh, hi. Let's see who else I didn't hear. Oh, hey from Mexico. Hot like Mexico. That's what my sisters would say. And my best friend Lottie, she was, the minute I say Mexico, that's the first thing she always says. Hot like Mexico. She's so weird, but I love her so much. Anyway, I love your input, guys, on what I should bring to some of these lives, other than, you know, you just watching me rant and talk about my crazy life. I feel like, you know, I've had a podcast going for a while, and that is often helpful to, like, you know, when I'm interviewing other people and stuff, but I feel like there could be something cool in, like, making these a bit of a series and getting your feedback on what we should actually talk about in some of these, you know? So, I don't know. I'd love your thoughts on what we should talk about in some of these. I mean, part of me is like, should I, like, talk all, like, corporate and career and, like, entrepreneur stuff? Like, which I can, no big deal. But the other part of me is like, I don't know, but should we also talk about, like, life? I mean, okay, we're still here. All right. But yeah, I feel like there's so much stuff we can, like, talk about. I also can talk about, like, moving abroad, and oh my God, that's a whole other conversation we should definitely have, which is not just financial independence, but geographic independence. And I'm learning so much about the opportunity in that, but also some of the barriers that are in that. And they're not even really technological barriers. A lot of them are mental barriers in what we are taught. And when I say we, I really am talking about, like, millennials and millennials. Like what we were taught from the previous generation as to what success is and what we should value and what you need to be able to earn a living and live your life and all that stuff. Like, it's very interesting. Like, there's a lot we are taught, like, holds us back some from what's potentially possible, which is, it's hard. Like, I can't imagine. I'm very grateful that we grew up in a family where my mom was very adamant about, hey, you can be anything you want, you can live anywhere you want, and I have done the groundwork to make sure you have the passports you need to live anywhere you want in the world. Grateful for that. But I don't think it was just getting the passports. I think there was something about the perspective on life that she placed in us really early. That I realized not everybody has that or thinks that way or wants to, like, and that's fine. So I don't know. It's a whole nother one we could, like, chat about. Yo, I am struggling this time. I think what I need to do, so here's what I'm doing. Woo! This last part of the bed, why did I do this? I was supposed to do it the other way, and then place it in here, and I didn't, which I'm going to do now. So, you're going to come with me here. Sorry. Oh, that's probably not good. Okay, here we go. Anyway, so, yeah, that's the deal. Give you a skinny on the learnings I found. Ooh. Oh, my God. week. So I am here in the States, and I am trying to get a ton of stuff done for my mom, and also at the same time, my husband and I are here spending the week rehabbing and furnishing this house to be ready for Airbnb. Last week I was on and I had interviewed a ton of Airbnb co-hosts. And for those who don't know, Airbnb has this model now where you can pay. It's basically property management, but for Airbnb. And so you can share a portion of your profit from an Airbnb property with a potential co-host who does all of the management for you. Like back in the day when I was doing this like a decade ago, you as the host managed everything yourself. You would communicate with the guests. You would, let's see what I'm doing. You would communicate with the guests. You would, respond to anybody that had any inquiries about dates. You would write the reviews. You would schedule the cleaners. You would do everything. Now, you'll have some people that have like tons and tons of properties, and now they hire in, oh my God, I can't see. They would hire in co-hosts that would take, that was the mattress, that would take 20 or so % of the proceeds of the Airbnb, and they would do all the management stuff for you, kind of like a property manager would do for a landlord. And you get a couple of those under your belt, and it's pretty good income for some people, and you don't have to like own the property itself on your own. So we interviewed a ton because we're obviously in Dubai, and I'm like, are we gonna want to do all of that ourselves? Probably not. Learned a ton, and I might actually, I don't know, there's this one gal I loved her. I still do. I think she would be great. I think we might have to learn our property a little bit more before we have her manage it for us. Especially just because I've got experience doing this a little bit, right? So it might not be a bad idea for us to learn our property some more. And we also want to continue rehabbing it even while we're renting, right? And so we don't want to be completely absentee landlords for right now. So I don't know, we'll see, but we're still learning a lot. We still got lots to do. Oh my God, I feel like I want to maybe I should make it before and after. Whew. What's going on? Oh my God. There's so much to do though. Once I finish this, I'll show you what the other one looks like. That's the mattress. Hey babe. He's downstairs. This is what it looks like finished. Really proud of myself for building that bed. I'm so proud of myself. Is that weird? Just for building a bed. Here's got this one. I still gotta do, and I have 3 more downstairs. Babe, are there 3 more beds downstairs? 2, 3.
Have you finished all the beds upstairs?
No. I know. I gotta go.
What are you
Oh, sorry. Okay, gotta go back.